it is time for my favorite segment of the show. Welcome back to Fun with Fountain Pens.
Here's a house. Here's a door. Windows 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to knock? Turn the lock.
10 school. Okay. Hoping you still like the introduction because I'm not giving it away. All right. I have a wonderful pen and a wonderful ink for you today. I'm going to have to adjust this camera. This is my second camera, so the picture's probably not quite as good. Sorry about that. I couldn't get my primary, secondary camera to work. All right. Now, this is pretty cool, and this bottle of ink is very, very special to me. What it is called is Anniversary Coral. Now, what happened was that Montblanc has been making pens for a really long time, but their Meisterstück model pen, they only started making in 1926 or 1927 to kind of have an anniversary and a centenary of that. Montblanc released some more sort of antiquated style pens and also some inks that they developed back then, but they never decided to release. This is one of them. This is called Anniversary Coral. Now, I knew that this ink had been made and I knew that it was very special, but I got the shock of my life when I went into the Montblanc boutique and there was a bottle of this waiting for me. How that happened was everyone's favorite columnist, Matua Kaharangi, had bought this for me and left it at the Montblanc boutique for me to collect. So thank you very much, Matua. It is absolutely wonderful. I love this ink and it is an incredibly thoughtful gift. Now, the thing is with Matua, I understand he's taking a bit of a break from social media. I'm not at all surprised because, you know, that guy's been prolific. Sometimes he's writing 3 or 4 really cool, really hard-hitting articles every day. Absolutely. So I think that it's cool that he's taking a break. He's contributed a lot over the last few months, and I'm looking forward to having him back hopefully sometime soon when he's recharged his batteries. Matua, if you're out there, best wishes from all of us, and I absolutely love this bottle of ink. It is so special. There is only one pen that I could possibly use it with, and it is this. This is a Montblanc Meisterstück Model 144, but it is unusual because it is an old one. This one was made sometime in the 1950s, and because of that, it is pre-plastics. Well, not really, pre-modern plastics. These pens today are made from from an acrylic that Montblanc calls special resin. Let me see if I can pull one out to show you. This is my modern Montblanc 149, and you can see that it is slightly different in color. You can also see that the Montblanc star on the top of the pen, which is really, really white on my modern 144, is really, really yellow and weathered on my 1950s model 144. The reason for that is that rather than using a modern acrylic, they used what is called a brand name. It's called Celluloid. It's a thermoplastic that the world discovered. It's one of the earliest plastics. The world discovered it, I think, in the 1860s. It's cellulose nitrate. All right, so it's an early plastic. Why it is really liked by people is it took a lot to use, like molding this. It took a long time to cure. It has very, very sort of deep rich colouring to it, and it is quite warm in the hand. So these old pens, which Montblanc stopped making in 1956, are very, very well sought after by collectors for that reason, just because of the materials. Putting the 149 away, this pen, the 144, so the 149 is the biggest of the Montblanc pens. It's their flagship. You have the 146 is a size down, and the 144 is very popular, particularly with women and men with small hands, because it is quite petite. The other thing that is fantastic about these old nibs is they have a natural flex. Now, I talk about flex in nibs a lot. The thing is that you can buy a modern flex nib, but back in the day, these pens were not made with a flex nib. They were made with a nib that flexed. So nominally, this is a medium nib, but it also has some natural flex to it. Oh, sorry, guys. I've got to put a little bit of ink in there. I thought I might be running dry. Hold on a second. There we go. So you can see, and I'm sorry my camera isn't as good, so you may not be able to see it as well, that there is just some natural flex in this lovely pen. The other great thing about it is that it has the piston filling mechanism that all Montblanc pens have. This one has a 2-stage, which is a little bit unusual, and Montblanc only did it, I think, in the 1950s. But in all other regards, except for the materials, this is identical to a modern Montblanc Meisterstück 144. Now, coming back to this coral ink that Montblanc never released. It is I took a swab of it earlier so that you can see this color. It is this sort of brickish red, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's nice and subtle. One thing about Montblanc is they do some fantastic red inks. Their William Shakespeare Velvet Red, which is the ink that dries like blood, is famous. But they do a bunch of other red ones. This one is cool. It shades a little bit, as you can see, from a sort of like a dark red to a kind of bricky red. And I absolutely adore it. Here's the thing about the color of it, though. This is its color on the box, the original collection coral. But what it reminds me is another Montblanc Special Edition ink, which is the homage to Hadrian, the Emperor Hadrian. Now, when Montblanc released that specialty edition ink some years ago, it is a red also designed to be a brick. It's the brick of the Pantheon in Rome. You know, the temple that the Emperor Hadrian built 2,000 years ago, which is famous for this massive door and for the largest unreinforced dome in the world. This is a bottle of that ink that is supposed to look like the color of the Pantheon bricks, and it very much does. However, this bottle that Matua Kahurangi gave me, the coral, I actually like better. It is, to my eye, much more brick-like, and I love the color. All right, guys, so that is your pen and ink for today. We have the Montblanc Anniversary coral colored ink. I absolutely love it. It's this nice, subtle red. It's an everyday use red that you could almost get away in a business context, particularly if you're working in finance and accountancy, and a vintage Celluloid Montblanc Meisterstück Model 144. Hope you enjoyed that. This was fun with fountain pens for another week. I'll fix my camera for next week. I'm going to play a few more tunes, come back with some more articles, tell you what's been going on in the chat. You are watching SimonTV.